One of the reasons why fall is such a great time to garden in the South is that we're coming into the cooler season, and putting new plants in the ground is not going to stress them out. They have the whole fall and through our couple of weeks of winter to get their roots established, and then they'll be raring to go in the spring. And it's the perfect time to plant native trees and shrubs that are butterfly host plants. Get them all in the ground now. Some of the butterfly host plants that I first planted in my garden, which I did start in the fall, are the privet senna, my sassafras tree, and my spice bush. By getting these plants in the ground in the fall, they were able to go through their first period of dormancy and come back strong and healthy and ready to provide food for hungry caterpillars. My garden is in Central Florida, and I am in gardening zone 10A. This butterfly garden takes up my entire backyard, and I absolutely love it. And you can get yours started this fall as well, and then you'll have all this fun to look forward to come spring. Well, if you're just starting, it won't be exactly this completely done, but you'll have a good start, and then you'll have some direction to add on to when spring arrives. A lot of our native wildflowers come into their blooming season in the fall. I have a few of these in my garden, including the absolutely beautiful frostweed, elephant's foot, a very cool and different plant, wand goldenrod, blazing star, there's a lot of native varieties, blue curls, one of my favorite asters, the Georgia aster, Chapman's goldenrod. There's a lot of other varieties of goldenrod too. Privet senna, love it, great host plant. Rayless sunflower, mine's not blooming yet. Georgia calamint, narrow-leaf sunflower puts on a show. There are also some summer blooming wildflowers that continue blooming through the fall. I have some of these in my garden too, like partridge pea, host of sulfur butterflies, Bahama senna, another sulfur butterfly host, water hyssop, host to white peacock, frog fruit, also a host for white peacock butterflies. This is a snow square stem, gorgeous plant. False petunia, sweet scent, love this one. Firebush, fabulous, fabulous plant. Scarlet sage, butterflies love it. Rouge plant, absolutely gorgeous. Leavenworth's tick seed, great for pollinators. Wild beach dune sunflower. And of course, the starry rosinweed, love this. All of these native wildflowers are excellent for your local pollinators, and some of them are host plants for moths and butterflies as well. And speaking of host plants, a lot of native grasses are host plants to a variety of species of butterflies, including a lot of skippers. And now is the time that a lot of the grasses are coming into bloom. So it's an excellent time to see what they look like in full bloom and add them to your butterfly or pollinator garden. I have a whole section of my garden that I call my Florida Native Wildflower Sample Garden. And I have one of many species represented in here. Originally, I did it so that I could see who bloomed when, what they bloomed like, what butterflies like them, pollinators, and if they were a good addition for a butterfly garden. And I can also collect seeds from them, from the ones that I did love, and grow more of them to put in other locations in my garden. I love this garden. It's really cool to see it go through its seasonal changes. And again, like I said, by visiting your local native plant nursery in the fall, you can see what's blooming in the fall, and then you'll know what it looks like. Some of these plants that only bloom in the fall, for example, this elephant's foot plant, if you went to a native plant nursery in the off season, you would just see this, the basil leaves. But by going in the fall, you can see what the blooms will actually look like and how tall the plant will actually get and the shape it takes on and the kind of space it will need in your garden. The Florida Wildflower Foundation has a most fabulous resource to help you in organizing and deciding what native wildflowers you want to get and plant in your garden this fall. And even if you don't live in Florida, this document contains the gardening zone, so it can be helpful to many people in many locations. This guide gives you quick and easy access to information about some of Florida's most popular wildflowers. You can use the key to see which plants will bloom in which seasons. Then you can scroll down to see the seasons, the bloom colors, the light, soil moisture, height of the plant, hardiness zone, and species use. And of course, I will link a direct link to this PDF and also a link to the Florida Wildflower Foundation in the description section of this video. Now let's go look at some butterflies. There's a Gulf fritillary, some zebra longwings fluttering about. Here's an adorable monarch caterpillar munching on some Asclepias incarnata, or native swamp milkweed. Here's another little one right by it. I know I said we're going to go look at butterflies, but we have to look at caterpillars too. These are some adorable little Polydamas swallowtail caterpillars munching on the woolly Dutchman's pipe vine, which is their host plant. These are one of my favorite caterpillars to raise and photograph. I do have 3 of these guys in my lepidarium right now that I'm raising, but I have a lot of them out in my garden too. And I also have more eggs, so more little caterpillars coming very soon. Here's a zebra longwing caterpillar on Passiflora incense. This is a hybrid passion vine. It's a combination of a Florida native and I believe a Texas native passion vine. It's perfect if you are wanting lots of zebra longwings and Gulf fritillaries in your garden. There's a Gulf fritillary caterpillar also on the Passiflora incense. There's an orange barred sulfur just flying all over the place. There's another Gulf fritillary on the pink pentas in my nectar garden. Long-tailed skipper on my porterweed. They love the porterweed. So do a lot of butterflies. I love the little skippers. Their host plant is butterfly pea, and I just love them. There's a little yellow sulfur caterpillar on my privet senna, a zebra longwing on my snow square stem, there's two cute little French bulldogs trying to eat my zinnia plants. I see you two. That's Ray and Ringo. Ray's the white one and Ringo's the tan one. With cooler temperatures and so many things blooming, fall is definitely an ideal time to do some serious gardening. So I'd love to hear what plants you're going to be looking for at your local native plant nursery. And if you're interested in picking up some of the grasses, I know the Nectary does a big grasses sales event. Sometime towards the end of October, you'll just have to keep an eye on their social media for that announcement. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, tap the like button. Let me know what native plants you're going to be shopping for in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.